What is the best way to support your friends as they grieve? Well, this question is coming from someone that I actually know, so I know who asked this question, which is helpful because I get a little bit more context. And what I would say is, because I know that this person has also lost a parent very recently, is show them the way. And what I mean by that is you do your grieving with them. When we show others how we allow ourselves to be vulnerable and we allow ourselves to let that emotion come out and allow ourselves to feel the feelings, that speaks volumes. That's bigger than any word that you could say. It's almost right up there with giving them a hug and letting them know that they're cared for and that they're not alone. So that would be my first thing, is show them the way, show them how to be vulnerable with your emotions. And second, really be overly giving in your affection and love for them, assuming that they're okay with that. Not everybody is, but if they're not okay with hugs and like a lot of physical contact, then maybe it's just the touching of the hand, right? Because what that does is it brings people back into their body. When your hand touches my hand, it brings my awareness right here because I can feel your touch. And that speaks volumes. I can feel your hug. I can feel your love. And maybe it's just sitting next to each other, close to each other on the sofa as you're watching something, right? And the third thing I'll say is, I think watching something together that is not just an entertainment distraction, but that is uplifting, maybe a story that's heartfelt, something that kind of shifts you out for a moment of the depths of it. So assuming that you've done 1 and 2, which is probably cry it out a little bit together, touch and hold each other, whatever's appropriate for your relationship. And then 3, doing a few things that are a little bit distracting, that get you out of the rabbit hole of the feelings that you're enduring. And I guess number 4 is just know that everything comes in waves, and that for you and for them, that you guys can really be that team, for each other, that allows you to feel heard and just know that you're there. I just saw, I'm gonna probably not say this right, but Simon, I don't know, he was doing a podcast and he said that he was talking to a friend and they're like, yeah, if I write you and say, I do you have time for an 8-minute call? I don't remember the reason why 8, but it was like their code word that like, I just need you to hold space for me. Like, I just need you to be there for me. I don't need you to get into my story. That's the other thing, is you don't need to always get into the details of the story. Go back to how you feel. Just like, how do you feel? Not the details around what they did, what happened, but just like, how are you feeling? And just really, really get into those feelings and allow yourself to feel the feelings and let them out. Because what we get taught to do a lot of times is just put that Band-Aid on and to not feel the feelings. And I guarantee you, whatever you don't feel is going to go deep within you, and it's going to stay in you at a cellular level, and it's going to come up one way or another at some point in time. And a lot of times, the longer an emotion is suppressed, and especially when compacted with other emotions, it results in anger. Anger is a suppressed emotion. That's why people get angry, because they haven't felt heard, seen. They haven't experienced their own emotion, and they've shoved it down, shoved it down, shoved it down. So don't do this. Let it out. Feel it. And of course, in a safe space, but you're with people that you love and you adore. And so be with them and spend as much time with them as you can. That makes sense for everybody involved. And I think you guys are on a really great trajectory to heal a lot of wounds of your own and together. So what a beautiful thing. All right, let's go on to the next question. Thank you for your questions. Your questions are everyone else's questions in some way, shape, or form. There's so much to glean from one another that I really encourage you, even if it's not your question, but it's something you're like, yeah, I see a lot of people pondering this. Please submit the question. You can submit it here on YouTube in the comments below, and go to bethbell.me. You'll see a lot of new resources that are coming available or are already available. There's the mentor membership programs. There's a lot of handbooks, workbooks, the Awakening and Healing Handbook. There's the Psychedelic Resource Guide, the Herpes Handbook. There's my book, Angels, Herpes, and Psychedelics. Lots of different things that are available, products that'll help you for your symbols and empowerment to keep your intentions and your desires. I can't wait to see you next week. Please join me live Sundays, 11 a.m. Pacific time. And until then, I'm wishing you much bliss and love on the journey.